answers in Portuguese rather than English before we start. And again, if we could ask for a bit of quiet at the back of the room, and we'll start with Vinny O'Connor for Sky Sports.
Roberto, first of all, Dejan Lovren said to us last week that big teams in Europe are scared of Liverpool. Do you agree with that, and why?
Could you please repeat?
Yeah. Dejan Lovren, Roberto's Liverpool teammate, said to us last week that big teams in Europe will be scared to face Liverpool. Does Roberto agree with that, and why?
Okay, thanks. A pergunta era se que as grandes equipas na Europa vão ter medo de enfrentar o Liverpool. Se acha que isso é verdade, se concorda com essa situação ou não. Um colega seu, uma equipa que disse que as grandes equipas europeias vão ter dificuldade em jogar contra o Liverpool, vão ter medo de jogar contra o Liverpool. Se concorda com isso?
Ele falou isso mesmo?
Uhum.
Não sei se vai ter medo, mas vai ser muito difícil jogar contra a gente, claro. A gente vai fazer que se torne difícil, que eles pensem isso mesmo.
So, question, the answer is that Firmino said that afraid, I don't know if they're going to be afraid or not, but we're going to make their life difficult, that's for sure. We're going to make them suffer.
Roberto, as well, what more support can you give, and how much more help can you give Mo Salah in terms of his goal scoring this season, and potentially, I suppose, becoming the top scorer in the Premier League this season?
Tipo de ajuda de suporte para dar ao Salah para se tornar o melhor marcador da Liga Inglesa esta época?
No que eu puder, eu vou ajudar ele, claro. Não só ele, mas como toda a equipe também, principalmente. E a mim também. Junto com toda a equipe, vem os méritos. Mas primeiro a gente tem que fazer o nosso papel e, sequentemente, conseguir as vitórias.
So I'm going to do what I can to help him, of course, and all the team, and also make something for myself and make a good season as well.
Okay, last one, Vinny.
Yeah, obviously no Valentine's Day for you guys with a game on tomorrow, and then a 4-day break as well. I had to get that in. And then a 4-day break after that as well. Well, a training camp in Marbella. What do you guys hope to gain from that training camp as well, Roberto?
The training, sorry?
Training camp over in Marbella after the game.
Okay, thank you. Portanto, a pergunta é, não vai haver nenhum Dia dos Namorados, Dia de São Valentim, para vocês, e depois vocês vão ter estágio em Marbella. And the question was, sorry?
What do they hope to gain from the training camp?
What they?
They hope to gain.
Okay, thanks. O que é que vocês esperam de ganhar com esse estágio que vão fazer em Marbella? O que é que esperam de ganhar com isso?
É claro que os dias do namorado a gente vai passar jogando, que é amanhã. E essa pré-temporada, mini pré-temporada que a gente vai fazer lá na Espanha é totalmente com foco no nosso objetivo. Nos próximos jogos dentro de casa e na Premier League. E vamos tentar preparar ao máximo a equipe para conquistar os pontos.
So, of course, we're going to be playing tomorrow on Valentine's Day. The camp in Marbella, its objective is to prepare ourselves and to prepare the team for the next homecoming games and to be prepared for the Premiership.
Okay, yes, gentleman is in front of Vinny, then we'll go to the guys on the front. There we are. Yes, thank you. Yep, so.
Olá, Roberto. Tá. Olá, Roberto. Boa tarde. Luís Rocha Rodrigues, 00. Pergunto o que é que conhece do Porto, que perigos é que está à espera e como é que pensa fazer moça na defesa do Porto?
Posso responder, né? A equipe do Porto é uma excelente equipe, de muita tradição. Eu acompanho há alguns anos já. Vai ser um jogo muito difícil contra eles amanhã. Agora a nossa equipe tem que fazer o nosso papel, jogar o nosso futebol, fazer o que a gente vem fazendo nos últimos jogos e, consequentemente, dar o nosso melhor.
So the question was, what do you know about Porto? Firmino said it's an excellent team with tradition in the Champions League. It's going to be a tough game, and we have to play our best tomorrow.
Okay, yes. A couple down here from the UK. Paul or Chris? Yeah.
Roberto, Only Cristiano Ronaldo has scored more goals in the Champions League than you this season. Cavani and Neymar have only scored more goals than yourself and Mo Salah. Do you believe that you belong alongside those players with what you've done this season? And the second question is, how important is it for you to push on now as a player and show you can repeat this form season after season?
A pergunta é, só o CR7, Neymar, é que marcaram mais do Firmino na Champions League, se acredita que pertence a esse grupo e se acha que está na altura de forçar um bocadinho mais para ser mais consistente e ficar nesse tipo de jogadores, grande jogador.
Claro, mas primeiramente eu penso em fazer um bom jogo, concentrar o máximo possível a cada jogo, junto com toda a equipe, que esteja bastante focado no objetivo e, consequentemente, jogando bem, fazendo aquilo certo, os gols vão acontecer e eu vou estar sempre nesse ramo.
So he said, of course, but I only focus on doing a good game, and of course, consequently, if you do a good game, then the goals will appear.
Okay.
Does he believe he has elevated himself this season alongside those players?
I said him, but he didn't answer. And como é que acha que se pode levar esses jogadores nesta época? Ou seja, como é que se mantém ao nível deles? Como é que acha que se pode manter ao nível deles?
Então, eu vou tentar dar o meu máximo, claro, junto com toda a equipe, senão não tem como. E, claro, tentar estar sempre lá no topo junto com eles.
So he said, trying to give his maximum, not only him but with the team, and trying to be alongside with those great players.
Okay, Chris, yes. Last couple for Roberto.
Roberto, obviously when Coutinho left, there seemed to be a lot of responsibility for players like yourself to become leaders for the team and take on more responsibility, and you seem to have responded very well to that. Do you feel that's something you can really relish and enjoy, that you've got that more senior position almost?
A pergunta é, quando o Coutinho saiu, vocês ficaram um bocadinho mais responsabilidade e parece que aceitou essa responsabilidade bem, se gosta desse tipo de responsabilidade.
Sim, claro, todo mundo sabe da qualidade que o Coutinho tem e fez falta um pouco, mas nosso time tem peças para repor e claro, a gente tem que chamar a responsabilidade e dar conta do recado, porque é uma equipe, tem que estar junto e dar o nosso melhor também.
He said, yes, of course, Coutinho is a great player, but we have substituted him with no problems. Of course, everybody has a greater responsibility, but that's our job, is to deal with that responsibility.
Okay, final couple of questions for Roberto. Gentleman there with the red microphone.
Boa tarde, Firmino. Disse há pouco que o Futebol Clube... Cá atrás. Boa tarde. Disse há pouco que o Futebol Clube Porto é uma equipa historicamente difícil. Pergunto quais são os pontos fortes neste momento do Futebol Clube Porto que vão defrontar amanhã.
Quais são os pontos?
Quais são os pontos fortes do Futebol Clube Porto que vão enfrentar amanhã?
Então, eu conheço muito, assim, só que eu não vi ainda o vídeo que a gente vai ver. Mas eu espero que vai ser um jogo muito difícil. Temos defensivamente e taticamente também vai ser muito equilibrado. Vai ser um belo jogo de se ver.
So the question is, Firmino said that Porto was a strong team. What are the strong points about FC Porto? Firmino said, I know a little bit about Porto. We haven't seen the video yet, but I know it's going to be physically and tactically a very strong game tomorrow against Porto.
Okay, final question for Roberto, and we'll let him go, gentleman with the microphone.
Boa tarde, Firmino, aqui atrás. Pergunto-lhe se conhece os seus compatriotas do Futebol Clube do Porto, os brasileiros que aqui atuam, e falando particularmente de um que é o Alex Telles, que tem estado em plano de destaque, acha que ele poderia ter condições, por exemplo, de defender a camisola do Brasil no próximo Mundial?
Eu conheço um pouco ele, não pessoalmente, mas eu conheço ele do Brasil já. É um excelente jogador, um lateral ofensivo. Marca bem também. E não sei, vai depender muito da temporada, como ele vai terminar também. E talvez se pintar a chance, o professor lá possa chamar ele.
So the question was, do you know the Brazilian players playing for Porto, Alex Telles in particular? Do you think he has chance for playing for the Brazilian national team? Firmino said, I know him a little bit. I know he's a great player, both offensive and defensively speaking. It depends of the season he's going to do in Porto and the Brazilian coach, the national team Brazilian coach.
Roberto, you want to head to Tim? That's you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. See you.
Obrigado.
Obrigado.
Okay, guys. Now, we'll, just as Roberto departs, we'll take questions to Mr. Klopp and Vinny. Can we have the microphone back to Vinny? Just the first two, Vinny, so we've got to get around the room, and I'll come back to you if necessary. So,
yeah, again, obviously, we've touched on the goal-scoring exploits of Roberto and Mo Salah this season. When you're going into games like this in the Champions League, what kind of a psychological edge do you feel it gives you?
Why did you start with the goal scoring of Salah and Firmino?
Well, because we've just spoken to Roberto then, and obviously I was touching on what Dejan Lovren had said to us last week as well. And he said that Luka Modric, for instance, would be scared to face Liverpool this season as well in Europe. So I'm just wondering, given that attacking prowess that you've got in your side, what kind of a psychological edge it gives you feel?
Look, I don't think Dejan Lovren would got up in the morning and thought, I open the door and shout, all European teams are afraid to face Liverpool. So it was somebody asked a question and it was full of confidence. I like that. But it's as well, nobody wants to play against Porto, to be honest, because they are a really good football team. So it's just part of the business that we ask, did we answer questions? And somebody asks us. But we didn't think a second about other teams in Europe or who could be afraid or not when they meet us. So yes, we are on a good day. We are really strong. But we need to be outstandingly strong tomorrow to get a result here at Porto, because they are very experienced, really very physical, hard, good footballers, good plan. So it's quite a job to do, and that's all we are focused on. But in a very positive way, so we are looking forward to it. We wanted to come here. We could, I don't know, when was the draw? In December? Probably. So it's long ago, if you want, pretty much 2 months. So it was long enough to wait for the next round in the Champions League. But to be honest, last summer we dreamt of it, and now we are here. And it's good. It's really good. It feels good. Everything is prepared. And last 16 means 16 really, really good football teams face each other. And Porto face Liverpool, and Liverpool face Porto. That's it.
Portanto, a pergunta era, tendo em conta o ataque do Liverpool, se sente que isso que é uma vantagem psicológica para estes jogos, se sente melhor com essa situação. O Sr. Klopp disse que não acho isso, que toda a gente tenha medo de jogar contra o Liverpool. Eu posso dizer a mesma coisa sobre o Porto, toda a gente ter medo de jogar contra o Porto. Eu não penso nisso. Num dia bom somos fortes, mas amanhã temos que ser excepcionalmente bons para bater o Futebol Clube do Porto. Nós estamos ansiosos pelo jogo da manhã, queremos jogá-lo. O sorteio já foi há 2 meses atrás. Está tudo preparado, estamos nas 16 melhores equipas e todas elas são muito boas.
Second question, Vinny.
Yeah, and I know as well the question as to the rotation of the goalkeepers has been raised again. It seems to be that some would jump to the conclusion that if you don't rotate your goalkeepers for this game, then that gives an indication as to Simon's future at the club. What would you say to that? Does it indeed give an
nobody
indication?
knows about the future. So, or I don't know about the future. So that's all. That's in this business always the same. So that says nothing about that, I would say. But it's not about me to think about these kind of things. So I have to make a decision for tomorrow night. That's all, and that's what I will do. No problem.
Portanto, a pergunta era sobre a votação dos guarda-redes. Há quem diga que, dependendo do jogo da manhã, que isso será digamos, algo que vai dizer mais sobre o futuro dos próprios guarda-redes. O Sr. Klopp disse que ninguém sabe sobre o futuro, eu não sei sobre o futuro, eu não penso sobre isso, eu só tomo as decisões de quem vai jogar amanhã e mais nada.
Okay, we'll open up to the floor if there are some from our hosts would like to ask some questions to Mr. Klopp. If you could indicate, gentleman there with the microphone, if you just wait for the main microphone to come.
Muito boa tarde, Manuel Chaves, Sport TV. queria perguntar ao Sr. Klopp se ele entende que esta será uma eliminatória verdadeiramente a 2 jogos ou se o de amanhã poderá já deixar as coisas encaminhadas para uma das equipas.
Do you think that this game, this stage is going to be in 2 games, or only tomorrow's game is going to be really decisive and the second game is not to be that important?
Did that happen a lot in the Champions League? I'm not sure. That one game is enough. They decided the first game. Can't remember that. Didn't think a second about that, to be honest. We thought that we need a result. We need to get a result here. But how you can imagine, we believe in Anfield. We really know that Anfield is a place where the crowd can make the difference, and that's what we will want to use in the second game. But for that, we need a result in the first game. So we will fight for everything tomorrow night, for sure. We don't think about deciding the stage already. We think about getting a result with gives us a good chance in the second game. But it will be hard work, we know that.
Portanto, a resposta seria, eu acho que é difícil dizer isso. Nós queremos fazer um bom resultado. Sabemos que Anfield é importante para nós. Vamos tentar fazer a diferença em Anfield, mas isso não importa se amanhã não fizermos um bom resultado aqui no Dragão.
Okay, next 2 questions. Gentleman in the grey jumper, and then we'll come to you in front. Excuse me, just gentleman down here. Light jumper.
Boa tarde, Silvio Vieira, Renascença. Mr. Klopp, did you expect to come to Porto and see Casillas in the bench?
First of all, I didn't expect to see him in the, where was it, in the lobby. I saw him already. So, nothing to say about that, to be honest. So that's not my decision. As a manager, you have to make decisions. So, and obviously, if it's like this, I'm not sure. Is it like this? You know it? You are not sure. You think. So I have nothing to say about that then.
Portanto, a pergunta era se esperava ver o Casilhas no banco no Futebol Clube do Porto, como tem sido ultimamente. Ele disse que não esperava sequer encontrar no corredor. Eu não tenho a certeza, nem tenho nada a dizer sobre isso, porque o treinador é que decide, mas tenho a certeza que sabe que se ele vai ficar no banco ou não sabe, portanto, eu também não sei.
Gentleman who's got the microphone now, I think, or we'll have in a second in the coat.
Olá, Mr. Klopp. Luís Rocha Rodrigues, 00. A minha pergunta tem a ver com a questão tática. O Porto é uma equipa que varia nos jogos grandes. Às vezes apresenta-se em 4-4-2, outras vezes em 4-3-3. Qual é a sua previsão para o jogo da manhã?
So, Porto is a team that varies the tactics, sometimes 4-4-2, sometimes 4-4-3 in these big games. What is your expectation for tomorrow?
Or 4-4-1-1, crazy. Yeah, but that's football. If you watch us, we don't play always the same system. So maybe we can surprise each other. So the system never will win the game, by the way. It's all about the players and what they do about their decision making and doing the right thing in the right moment. Throwing your heart on the pitch if you want, give everything you have. All that's football, and not about system. System are important, very important, but only to bring the players in their best position. I think in a moment when we see the names of the players, we have quite a good idea about the system, and that's all the time we need. But then again, that will not be too decisive if we do the right things. It's only one part of the game, and I respect Porto a lot. I know that they are this kind of mixture of football and fight. I like it, and experience and youth, good organized and fluent. So that's. But to be 100% honest, they didn't play 20 times so far against a team like us. We are not too bad, and we know that as well. And that's what we want to show, not to show it, no, to use it. And then we will see in 2 weeks or so, finally, tomorrow night, and then in 2 weeks who will be better. But I know it's a close race. No problem with that.
Portanto, o Sr. Klopp disse que às vezes em 4-4-1-1, isso é futebol, nós também modificamos o sistema. O sistema não ganha jogos, os jogadores sim ganham jogos. Eles é que sabem o que devem de fazer e têm que fazer e dar o seu máximo. Não vai ser decisivo o sistema tático, os jogadores fazerem as coisas nos momentos certos, isso é que é decisivo, isso é que importa. Ele diz que gosta do Porto, que é uma mistura de garra com tática, mas nós também somos bons e vamos usar isso amanhã no jogo.
Okay. Last couple of questions for Mr. Klopp. We'll go for the gentleman there on the end of the row, and then we'll finish with the gentleman with the red microphone.
Boa tarde, Sr. Klopp. Pergunto-lhe, é a primeira vez que vai jogar contra equipas portuguesas e perguntava-lhe o que é que gosta, o que é que conhece do futebol português e sobre os jogadores portugueses, que características é que os jogadores portugueses têm e que particularmente lhe aprecia.
So it's the first time you're going to play against Portuguese teams. The question is, what you know? As a coach.
Okay.
What you know about the Portuguese teams and what you know about the characteristics of the Portuguese players?
Oh, I had a few Portuguese players, so I know a lot about. I watch a lot of football, and I know about this country, and a little bit about the people in this country. So it's a big passion for football, and not the biggest country in the world, but unbelievably successful. So that's quite easy. Good coaches, good managers, working all over the world. Fantastic footballers playing all over the world, in the past, in the present, and will have in the future. So we know that it's quite difficult as a league to cope with other big countries like Spain, England, meanwhile France, and for sure Germany. So to keep all your players together, but still a lot of fantastic players play in this league. So the three big clubs. I watched a lot of the games, to be honest, and because it's just always interesting. So many really talented young players coming up, and Portugal is a fantastic league to give them the opportunity to play on a really high level, and then if they are doing a good job, then maybe they'll become interesting for yourself. So that's why I watched it really a lot and tried to see Benfica, Porto, Sporting play against each other. I always try to see it. So I feel quite good prepared, to be honest. I'm a big football fan, first of all. That means I like Portugal because it's a big football country. That's it.
Portanto, eu conheço e vejo muito futebol português e sei também que as pessoas têm muita paixão pelo jogo. Tem bons treinadores e jogadores bastante conhecidos e talentosos no passado, no presente e também, de certeza, no futuro. É um país pequeno, mas com jogadores fantásticos, com 3 grandes clubes. Eu vejo muitos jogos da Liga Portuguesa, principalmente jogos dentre os grandes, e sei da qualidade do futebol português.
Okay, and it's going to be the final question from Zed, from me. Yes.
Jürgen, when people ask about who can win the Champions League this season, Liverpool might not be the first name they mention. It was the same in 2005. Can this side emulate what the 2005 side did?
I don't think that the 2005 side thought about this before the last 16, round of the last 16. If it would really surprise me, but I could ask Rafa. I'm pretty sure they didn't, so it makes no sense. I have no idea. But if we would be in the final, then I can say that we would try to win it for sure. But it's such a long way, and only good football teams. And it's not enough to say that I don't like it. Actually, I hate it to talk about the round after the actual round. So I don't, if only because I'm a friendly person, I answer the question. Because we are in public, usually if somebody asks me about the next round, I leave the room immediately.
Won't ask again.
But we are live on television, that's why I didn't do it.
Portanto, a pergunta era se em 2005 também o Liverpool não era favorito e acabou por ganhar, se este ano também pode ser da mesma forma. O Mr. Klopp disse que em 2005 também, de certeza, que não pensavam em ganhar, e até podia perguntar ao Rafa Benítez, que também não pensaria assim. Falta muito jogo para pensar nisso. Aliás, eu detesto falar na próxima ronda. Normalmente, eu até sairia da sala para uma questão de educação, e eu respondia à pergunta, mas eu não gosto de falar das próximas rondas.
And we leave the room almost immediately, but because of the conclusion of the press conference. Thank you very much. Thanks. Thank you.